Welcome back. Now, the family of the man suspected of killing 7 family members on Christmas Day says he showed no signs of mental illness. The 52-year-old allegedly shot his relatives before handing himself over to the police. He's now appearing in a Limpopo court today, and eNCA's Nqobile Madlala is there for us to give us an update. Nqobile, good morning to you. Let's try and understand exactly the events that are expected to take place today in terms of the suspect appearing in court, but also I can see members of, the community out there protesting just outside.
Ultimately, this is the first appearance, we understand, for the 52-year-old that has, of course, allegedly murdered the 7 people in Malamlele. We do understand the family has also come here quite in numbers, as well as the community. Having spoken to the family yesterday, they were saying the pain is unimaginable of what they've had to endure, but also just having a bit of mixed feelings as well, because this is someone from the family also going as far as saying this person is supposed to be saving lives, but at this point he took some lives from them. So the family just going through a lot of pain. But I want to show you, these are some of the members of the community that have come in. We know that yesterday they mobilized as well, took to the streets and said that they were supporting the family through this hard time. They're part of the people also that came to mourn yesterday, to also help the family go through this hardest time ever. But I want to draw in now a community leader to speak to us. Sir, you were there on the first day and you saw it all. Perhaps give us an idea, how are you feeling at this point and how's the community feeling?
Look, we are all in a state of shock. We are actually drowning in the pool of confusion now, because when we heard the news in the morning on the 25th of December that a family member has actually decided to kill 7 people, amongst them it's a pregnant woman and kids who are under 2 years. That is brutality. We can't even do anything. Christmas will never be the same in our own community. We then decided as a community that we are going to stand up because we are shocked. We don't want to associate ourselves with the guy here. This guy, according to us, we are hoping that justice will be done for the 7 slain people who were still young, having the bright future, who were actually robbed of a future president. Who knows? So we are saying that the law must take its course. We don't want to see this guy. He must rot in jail. Actually, 1 life sentence will not be enough. We just actually passed 16 days of activism against women and children. Here we are, somebody takes 7 lives, and a woman who was supposed to give birth to our next Nelson Mandela. So we are shocked as a community. We actually walked today about 7 kilometers to come and show solidarity, pledge our support to the family, because we are part of the community before we become something else. So we want to make sure that we'll be with them throughout when this man appears, to pledge solidarity and make sure that we put pressure on the justice system. Because these days you can just take somebody's life, tomorrow you're walking on the street and you become a threat to all of us. So we're saying that government must actually provide the best legal minds to make sure that this guy rot in jail. He must never come back to our community, because as you can see, people are angry. We don't want to take law into our hands, but we want them to do their part, make sure that this guy is punished. There is evidence. He killed 7 people. One of the family members who was actually killed running on the street. And amongst the persons who were also killed is Nqobile. Nqobile was actually disabled. So Nqobile was not even posing threat to anyone. Nqobile can't even walk, he can't even run. You kill a disabled person, you killed children who was actually sleeping, you killed a pregnant woman. What are you saying to us as a father who is 52 years old? Maybe because the guy does not have his own family, that is why he does not even have to feel the pain of what he has done. So we came here in numbers. Actually, others are still coming to come and say to the law of our country, which we still have faith in them. Do your part, we will do our part as our own, as community members. We have never experienced this shock in the village where we are expecting 7 coffins to come to 1 family. It's actually trauma, and we think that even the health people must come and provide the counseling assistance that is available to the family, because one of the survivors is actually about 6 or 7 years. The young boy was just walking around the village. You can see the boy is confused. So we are saying that to the health department, provide assistance, provide counseling to the family and everyone who's actually affected.
All right. Thank you very much, sir. Well, there, Tumelo, you can see the community saying they are appalled. I mean, you can hear from the community leader. He's saying they came in their numbers, as you can see there with their boards. They want justice. They want life sentence. They're saying that they want the government to ensure that they give that justice to the family, that they give justice to the community. This is the first time this has happened, as we have heard. And we are hearing also, Tumelo, here, that one of the survivors is a very young individual who had to see this, of course, according to the leaders. And what they want also is for that child to get that assistance. We now know that Department of Social Development has already intervened, having spoken to some of the people in the house, some of the elderly especially, that they didn't know how to break the news to. We know that they have intervened, but it seems the community is saying that they need to do more, especially for that young child, especially for that one that had to see all of this, and of course not understanding what is happening. But today is the first appearance for this 52-year-old nurse, from what we have heard from the family, and of course the family also saying that they are here to hear what the law will be doing for them.
All right, Nqobile Madlala, quite a tragic story out there in Jim Jones, within that community, and of course children being among those killed and a pregnant woman. I suppose we'll have to follow through with the story, and I appreciate you, of course, colleague, coming in, of course, to update us on what's happening within the community of Jim Jones. We understand a 52-year-old expected to appear in court today, of course, on allegedly the killing of 7 family members. That story, of course, we'll give you an update on right here on eNCA.